Christian whore.
Don't do this.
Clip!
You fool.
You have no idea what she's done to me. You have no...
Today, we're not feeling dismissed about the Salt Lake City drama. We're drowning in the fun that is Below Deck Med, and also the lives of housewives from coast to coast in Miami and Potomac. We're also talking about the music Excite Factory that is the format. It's an action-packed episode, Saddies. Let's get into it. Hey, Saddies, I'm Monique.
There's so much to do today. There's so much to talk about. This is going to be a long one.
And we haven't even touched it all because Love is Blind premieres. There's a lot. Yeah,
we had to make some
music.
Yeah, we talked about some strategic cuts from the outline, and honestly, it was really hard to do. I'm thinking about this as a catch-up episode because we're really doing 2 episodes of Salt Lake. There's just a lot.
2 of Below Deck Med.
We're trying to. Salt Lake has become such a bedrock of both what we're going to be doing here and what's going on just in general at Bravo that we're trying to redo our entire schedule around it. We're trying to make...
Yeah, we have to record now on Wednesdays.
Yeah, we can't do... Because I love a Tuesday or Monday, but we don't have time. You know, we don't even have time to talk about my life. Yeah.
All right. So first up was the Real Housewives of Potomac premiere on this blessed Sunday. What are our thoughts? What are our feelings?
Good Sunday show. Hard to do, honestly. It's getting... Sorry, I'm already back to our life more generally, but really, it's getting hard to do while also trying to do 31 for 31 for Halloween.
Yeah.
It's gotten crazy.
We are also watching a scary movie every night or day, depending on the day.
Indeed.
And what we're doing.
So do we think the Grand Dame's coming back?
Yeah. Oh, I think she will come back next season.
So. She's not Jen Shaw.
Oh, well, she will be going by KURN probably. I think she wants to get rid of that title, but I think she feels the Grand Dame got to her head, and that's why she did the things she did. But.
I think the Grand Dame kind of gets a little more, how do you say, there's a little more lore if the Grand Dame's been to jail.
Yeah, the stories.
Yeah.
Yeah, so the opening started out with her sentencing. It was sad. The girls came together afterwards to discuss how they felt.
Giselle writing a letter is never sad. It is just...
They're cool now. They cool.
Oh, all right.
And without Robin, I don't know. Giselle was just so much funner and lighter. Like, I swore she was on drugs in that opening scene where she's like, I'm an empty nester, blah, blah, blah. Like, she seemed like she was doing the weeds right before that.
Wow, I love how you led with that as though it seems like her life is improving. She seems to do drugs now.
Yeah. It's going on. It's looking up for her.
No, I do like the idea of just getting away from the whole, like, the green-eyed bandits. I believe that was a real thing.
Worst.
It was. I do believe, like, maybe, I don't want to put it all on Robin, but I definitely think the 2 of them together, like, caused a lot of colorism in the show.
Oh, yeah.
So I think it is actually quite nice to, whether, again, I don't like Robin Dixon particularly, but either way, whoever's fault it was, it's a lot like the kids who keep yapping in school and you have to, like, separate them. And so there could only be one. And production chose the one that didn't hide a story. To talk about their podcast or to talk on their podcast.
The one who was a little more open, a little more honest.
Andrew, we would never do that. We would never save something juicy for a podcast that we could say on your show.
Get us on Watch What Happens Live. We'll spill everything.
Yeah, we won't even do the show anymore. We'll just save it for Behind the Bar or whatever.
So even though Robin, the hider, the liar, is gone, we've got a new person taking her place in the form of Stacey Rush. She is a liar and a half. She just lives in her own Delulu world of lies.
It's impressive.
It went on and on and on. I really thought her meetup with Ashley was going to be them being friends for some reason, but they just fought in the store. With more Stacey lies. So first she lied about getting a loaner car because she has the same exact car as Ashley.
Storytelling.
So as they're sitting in a circle talking about their sadness of the Grand Dame going to prison, Stacey allegedly has a loaner car that looks exactly like Ashley's because she's getting a custom-made one.
Sure.
She also said she was sitting in her truth around that circle.
While standing.
When it comes to TJ. She said TJ's remorseful about saying their relationship was fake when it obviously is, because he's also on Instagram standing 10 toes down about it.
Weavers of myth again.
There's so many lies. I actually should probably start just tracking them. I stopped at those 3.
I think that's going to be a lot of work.
Yeah. It was,
I
3
think
in
that's going to be one spreadsheet too many.
It was just 3 in a span of 10 minutes. So
it was, again, storyteller. Can you blame her? Weaver of myth.
Not at all. I can't.
If anything, maybe she's not a liar, but maybe she's just a producer, and she's producing her own life.
She reminds me of Brittany from Salt Lake City in a way, with like the way that they're both delusionally.
I think Brittany's delusion is much more fun.
I don't know.
And in
You
a way
haven't really?
more genuine. I do feel like Brittany, when she's full of it, I think Brittany really believes it. I think Stacey gets heated because she knows it's not
Stacey
true.
believes it too, but I don't know. I've only seen her for one season, and
I mean, we're gonna get into Salt Lake City, but I really do think we'll get into it. But when I look at Brittany listening to important things, I don't think I don't see the lights on. Yeah, exactly. I don't see the lights on there. And when I see Stacey Rush kind of freestyle lie, although freestyle is not even the word, I really think I don't think she believes it. I think she knows she's doing it, and I think, I mean, how do you hire a boyfriend and then be like, I didn't hire a boyfriend? Like, there's paperwork, I have to imagine.
I don't know.
There's an exchange of funds.
Yeah, TJ said he'll release stuff, so we'll see. He might have. I'm not following that man to know what he's released or not, so maybe.
We don't want to start. I'd honestly rather just wait for the blogs to report on it.
I'll check Reddit for the next episode. It was a great premiere, but I'm ready for the second episode. There wasn't too much going on. The previews for the season look really fun. Monique Samuels is coming back. Mm-hmm. Stacey's trying to sleep with Chris Samuels, allegedly. Cough,
Crazy.
cough. Bring back Candace, though.
Yeah, truly bring back Candace.
I miss her.
I don't think we're ever getting her back, but I
know.
hope. Let's talk about a different show.
I want you to come back. Come back. All right. Real Housewives of Salt Lake City. We've got to talk episode 3 and episode 4 because we missed out last week. So episode 3, we were graced with their beautiful taglines, and I'd like you to do a blind ranking of them.
Let's do it.
All right. The first is, roses are redheads, violets are blue. Don't come for me or I'll come for you.
All right.
What are you going to rate that
the
out
impression is obviously that's Whitney.
Out of 7.
How many people in the cast?
7.
6.
Ooh. Scathing.
Actually, that might be. I might regret that, but I'm giving it a 6, and I hope I don't blow it.
All right, next. If my closet had skeletons, at least they'd be well dressed.
Is that Meredith?
No.
It's not Meredith.
It doesn't matter who it is. You just rate it.
All right. My head's 5, honestly. It's not much better.
While you drop lies, I'm dropping beats.
7.
Ooh.
That's definitely Meredith.
Rude.
That's
My nest is almost empty, and this bird is ready to soar. I don't know how to do Heather.
Oh my God! Never mind. Oh God! I knew I made a mistake. That is number 7, but I can't take it back. So I guess that has to be 5.
Ooh. No, Bronwyn was 5 already.
Fuck. All right. 4. Oh God.
All right. I don't go low. I go the distance.
2.
Yes,
I'm not even.
That is Lisa.
I'm not
even like her.
I'm not even feeling Lisa this season, but that's a good line.
I'm Greek, and the rest are just a tragedy.
3. That's a good one. Layers to it.
Last but not least, I'm just here to eat, drink, and be merry. I don't know how to be merry either.
You know what?
That's a good number 1.
That's I'll take that for number 1. I don't hate that.
All right, so Mary was number 1, Lisa was number 2, Angie K was 3, Heather was 4, Bronwyn was 5, Whitney was 6 and Meredith was 7. I don't agree with your ranking like I did last week, but it's fine. Everything's
a few changes if I could go back in hindsight. Heather's going straight to number 7. Actually, I'm gonna flip. I do think Lisa has the best tagline. Unfortunately, I wish she didn't, but the distance really. I mean, it goes the distance.
So Mary's too. I love Mary's.
I want to go the distance.
Mary's is my favorite. It's just so cute.
It is adorable.
And then, where would Meredith? Oh wait, where would Heather go then? Oh wait,
Heather's last.
oh jeez.
I put Heather in 7.
Oh, where would Meredith go then? Because she was last before.
Everyone else just gets bumped up 1.
Okay, that's fair. So, looks like you're really feeling Lisa this season. I love it.
Oh, let's not go that. Let's not go quite that far.
Yeah, so let's talk about episode 3, where it was kind of like the Lisa show. She had her luncheon. She invited girls to go shooting before the luncheon. I giggled a little that Brittany wasn't invited because Brittany stuck up for her so hard at that camping trip. And then even at the party.
There is one thing we will learn between this episode and episode 4 is that Lisa is not known for consistency in terms of doling out her judgment.
I think she just, honestly, no one stuck up for Brittany to be like, Brittany was sticking up for you. So she just does not know what happened.
She does not forgive or forget with any steady rationality. Like even if she was like, oh yeah, me and Brittany on great terms, I still wouldn't be surprised if she just turned around and
So after we know, Lisa name drops a bunch of people that she does events for. She talks about her party. We're not there just yet. So Todd and Bronwyn also did a dinner together where Bronwyn was dressed a bit like a baby prostitute. I loved it. But I did a 180.
Oh, I try to dress every day.
I did a complete 180 on, I would say a 100-degree turn on Todd. During that dinner, he just does seem like he's kinder. He's listening more. He allowed her parents to move in when they're going through the hardships with Alzheimer's and cancer. So claps to you, Todd. Thank you for changing for the better. Unlike a lot of these men on Bravo, I am here for it.
I just think he doesn't want to be there. And I think that is...
He doesn't have to be there if he doesn't, as Robert Senior shows us.
I think that Bronwyn, I think it's been a point of contention for them. Maybe not contention, but I feel like it's been a topic for them at home.
Well, he doesn't want her on the show,
Yeah.
Yeah, so...
And so as compromise, he also has to be on it.
But he's behaving very well now.
Yeah, he's behaving nicely.
So,
This might be his only episode. Maybe that's why. He's like, I just got to do one lunch with my little diet soda, and then I can go.
Maybe. Yeah, so let's just get into Lisa's clarity lunch.
Oh, man. When I saw the preview, I really thought it was going to be so much more than
You're
it
so
was.
excited.
The poster boards were so bad. I don't know why. I just thought that, as the business mogul she claims to be, she would have done such a better job on like setting up these poster boards and really making
get Canva. It's really...
It wasn't the art style.
They were dogging the art.
I mean, the art was bad.
They were dogging everything. And then
the random pictures of her and John.
The yacht and the jazz game pictures, like in between the dismissed stuff, because she wanted to show like that they do big things.
I live a very different lifestyle to all of you.
But there was a lot happening at that lunch. We did feel it didn't go well.
No.
In episode 3, I'll say episode 4, we'll get into it a little more, but it seemed like she was able to turn a few folks on to her side.
Yeah, I also don't think the chronology matters. Like, I feel like we can just kind of do it all interchangeably. We're doing 3 and 4. We're mixing up however we want to. But I did feel like it went better in it went better for me in episode 3 because it just went so bad. And I don't think she landed the plane in the sense that anyone believes her by the beginning of episode 4. But it seemed like she had at least gotten along with everyone. It seems like that's kind of where we were. But we'll see how that goes. But God, Whitney stormed out. There was the what was the brow girl, hair girl, lash girl?
Yeah, Lisa's like, oh, you got your hair girl, lash girl, brow girl from me, and she's like, I would never get a hair girl from you, because obviously Angie owns her salons. She's like, brow girl, lash girl.
Big difference.
But then also Angie's like, I never got a brow girl from you either. I go to my own brow girl, and everyone's like, yeah, your brow girl's great.
Yeah, that was a strange side quest, but I was definitely here for it. Also, the trompe l'oeil of that whole thing was marking the one case that is open, the Amex one. It's a disputed case, but it was never dismissed. She filed a motion to have it dismissed, and request was denied. So that, I believe, that's currently probably just out of discovery now. So we're certainly gonna see where that case goes, but marking it as dismissed in the big block print on that, definitely, to me, it's one of those things where if she just said it's disputed, and it's even, she could have highlighted it as the only one. If she, I really think if she led with that on it, it probably wouldn't have been such a big deal. But if you write dismissed on a disputed case, now I don't trust you. Now it seems like you're lying and intentionally covering something up. And so the cast doesn't believe her, and neither would I. Well, now I think she did everything in that.
Well, I don't know them laws, and I love Lisa, so I still believe her.
Don't get me wrong. Keep her on my television, please.
There was a TikTok user, Sexy Fountain Soda, that also compared...
I'm sorry, what?
That's her name. That also compared...
Is this Aqua Teen Hunger Force?
Her name's Sexy Fountain Soda. I don't know what to tell you. She compared the Clarity Lunch with KURN Huger's press conference of Potomac in season 3, episode 2/3, and how much better KURN handled her press conference.
Oh, is that the word? Is better the word? Because I think it was just I gotta be honest, when I compare it, I think it was more original because she was the OG of doing this, but less prepared.
Well,
there were no poster boards.
She printed out Giselle's tweets.
I can make 8 printouts right now in our house. I cannot make poster boards like that.
Yeah, maybe she wasn't as prepared, but it's harder to get poster boards back then. Let's think about that.
Back then. Also, I guess it goes without saying we are millennials, which is why we still own a printer, and we could do something like this.
Which is also a fax machine, by the way.
But also went to a nice restaurant, which also, I don't know the restaurant I don't know either of these, but that, Lisa had her lunch at. But you know what Lisa's lunch had?
Well,
lunch.
It did,
had lunch.
But they couldn't really order because they were yelling most of the time. Remember when they were trying to order?
Lunch was a possibility. If they stopped fighting for 5 minutes, there would have been lunch. There was no way for there to be lunch.
That's why KURN's press conference was better. The peanuts and water, and then randomly also champagne at the end.
I always want champagne when I'm eating peanuts.
That's top tier. That's the way to do it. Also bringing that random guy to throw them off, Matt. That's the way to do it.
Did Matt do anything in that?
Spoke up and got shut down.
By Karen.
I think he also went to get them water or something too.
Hey, it's I kind of want to. Next time I'm like really mad at someone or like really have beef with somebody, I think I might yeah, we have a press conference. Also, here's Joe.
I've been friends with him for 25 years. Yeah, so episode 3 then bled into episode 4, Petty Little Liars, where we continued with the Clarity Lunch, and there was that amazing moment with Mary.
You do French fries, I do franchise.
Ooh, that was good.
That was... I tell you what, New Mary
Mary, love you.
Yeah, New Mary's the new... Maybe this is a reach. I would... If we had to apply Vanderpump Rules to this, I kind of feel like Mary could be the Ariana of this series.
We don't have to do this.
It's not about the contrast, or it's not about comparing how they're different. It's about, wow, look at all they have in common.
What do they have in common?
Great chorus of the show, in my opinion.
Okay, I'll take it.
Moral compass, not in any drama, it seems. At least not with her castmates, really.
For now.
Yes.
And so Angie and Lisa fight hard. I was a little confused about what it was, but it seemed like it was because Angie used to carry Kerastos. And
okay, so it's not. She still carries Kerastos, okay. I believe. So Angie carries Kerastos in her salons and has been a partner of theirs for years. And I guess she felt put off by Lisa becoming like a spokesperson for them out front when she's been supporting them for a quarter century at this point. But then the C-list brand of Fresh Wolf, which I gotta be honest, I know it's not nice to say about the boys' brands.
Allegedly C-list.
It's a C-list brand. It's also, it has no, I stand with Angie on this because, and I'm sorry to everyone because it's going to be a rant. But I stand with Angie on this because, first of all, it is definitionally not marketed to men. It is a brand made by children of whatever sense, allegedly quote unquote marketed to men, but really it's marketed to boys. What grown man do you know that is going to buy any kind of fragrance product that is made by a teenager? First of all, it's like a high-end salon carrying Old Spice. It does not make sense for me. Also, I know the whole kids thing is supposed to be technically off limits, but two things. One, Jack is an adult now, no?
Yeah,
He's out on mission. He's an adult, right? So first of all, he's technically not a child. I don't want to lean on that too hard, but I think the big issue for me is, hey, if you're gonna nepo baby your kids into, hey, you're a business owner now, you're a businessman. Well, my personal opinion is, hey, it's one thing if like you're just a young person who worked your way up and happened to build this business from scratch. You're a phenom. You're a prodigy of a total anomaly in the business world. That's someone who I think we probably need to be more thoughtful about, like protecting from criticism from the outside world. But if you are just some rich kid where mommy and daddy went and basically propped up a business for you so that you could say you're a CEO and you can essentially play businessman in that way, then unfortunately, I think you should be subjected to all the criticism that comes with being a business owner.
I bet Whitney wouldn't agree.
I don't care what Whitney thinks. Oh, Whitney, who's talking all about how her business has failed.
Business is so hard.
Yeah, I know it's hard, so don't thrust that upon your teenage kids. It is nothing but pure charity for Angie to carry what is essentially Old Spice for teenage boys in her salons. There's no other way around it.
Indeed, that was a rant. I do agree with you to an extent. Jack is 20. And when Brooks Marks put out his fashion line, they did come for it. They did drag it. So it's very fair.
Absolutely fair.
But I did, and I think you did too, agree with Heather that they went pretty low to each other at that luncheon. Angie shouldn't be calling her Lisa's children's products C-list.
I just don't think that was low at all. I don't think that part was low at all. I think that was right on the money because it is a C-list brand. It has no business being in a high-end salon. It is for children and teenagers. It is Axe body spray.
But I do think that Angie had a point to do that because Lisa was coming for her salon saying she owned 1.5. And like, if you're asking someone to put your children's stuff in their salon, where do you get the audacity to come for that said salon?
Yeah, again, she did charity for you. And she literally did you a solid by carrying your kids' products. And now you're going to say she owns 1.5 salons? All right, well,
Yeah. But then, so Heather chimes in and apologies happen. It seemed like everyone got along by the end except Lisa did not apologize to Whitney at all.
At all.
Whitney stormed out because of anger earlier. No apology.
Those are my favorite moments on this show is when two people I don't like are fighting. That's actually one of my favorite things to watch. Like, oh, no skin in the game here? Great.
It's a little evil, but it's Halloween time, so.
Yeah.
So also, I just want to add that the scene where we thought that Lisa and Angie made up, and then later on in the show.
Crazy.
It was just top tier production, and it really made me figure out that if this show was fake, like if everything was scripted, I would still love it. So later on in the episode, after Lisa and Angie have made up, Lisa's assistant Sage comes into Angie's salon and is like, I'm here to pick up the Fresh Wolf product. And she love that the cameras were there. I have a feeling like this was all pre-planned, but I really don't care. Angie takes her little self down with a crate to the basement of the salon, blows dust off of the Fresh Wolf, puts it in a crate.
Incredible choice. Incredible choice.
And she's just narrating the story of what happens throughout this whole thing, the texts that go back and forth between Lisa and Angie, the shade. Oh, top tier production. top tier shade in those texts.
The text, honestly, I still think Angie went light. Angie really missed, some opportunity to be a little bit more harsh there. But I wouldn't have left it where it landed.
I mean, she was pretty harsh. She was like, Lisa's like, I sent you $600. She was like, you should be sending it to the people you owe money to. Mm-hmm.
Well, yeah, when she said something about a credit card, and I remember thinking you should have just hit her with, oh yeah, sorry, at least I know who pays for my Amex.
Yeah, she's like, I'll send you cleaners, and it was just amazing.
And now, not to get too far off on a tangent, but now we see that also Angie is now fronting a competitor to Vida Tequila.
Yeah.
I don't think she started it or owns it or anything like that. I think she's a spokesperson, not unlike the Karastas situation.
Exactly.
But I think it's it's poetry in a way.
Yeah, and the timing of that to come out.
Perfect.
So she partnered with Código 1530 Tequila. Código. It's effed. It's effed up.
I think it's fantastic. I tell you what, I didn't even walk into this season being an Angie stan, but I think I might be one by the end of the season.
Yeah, it's hard not to love her. Also, we didn't talk about how in episode 3 we met her dad. I'm obsessed with him.
Oh yeah, that's
no
kind
wonder
of a downer.
She's amazing. Yeah, so Lisa, we thought she made up with Angie. She didn't. She also has a meeting or / lunch with Bronwyn. It does seem like they made up for now.
Yeah, the Bronwyn and
Lisa meeting.
Yeah, that was I was surprised. I didn't expect it to go so well.
Really well.
Yeah, it went quite surprisingly well. I do think Bronwyn was very much the bigger person here, just because of the Jen Shaw accusations. To me, that's there's Lisa constantly goes way over the line, in my opinion. The gout dick sucker line, I still think is ridiculous, especially, trying to frame that as such a negative on a show that is called Real Housewives. Oh, and you're shaming her for being a housewife? What are we talking about here?
That's one of the jobs of a housewife.
I'm not saying it's a job. I'm not saying it's a job. Well, I'm not saying it. I'm not saying it's her job, but I'm saying I don't even know what I'm saying at this point. Whatever. But I thought it was in very, very poor taste. A lot of the stuff Lisa said about a lot about Bronwyn. And
yeah, because she brought Bronwyn's husband into that by saying it.
It's crazy.
But they're allegedly made up now, so we'll see how long that lasts.
Honestly, I'll be surprised if Lisa doesn't go off on a tirade on Twitter against Bronwyn mid-season. Well, I'm surprised she hasn't off of the.
Well, we know it doesn't last because we saw her in Watch What Happens Live, and she didn't have many kind words to say about Bronwyn on it. So something definitely happened.
Yeah.
We also were able to see Mary's church being renovated. And
it was interesting to see, I don't want to say it was a new, I mean, we've seen Church Mary before, but this did feel kind of like a new side to her. Just, it does feel very vulnerable and kind of sad to hear her talk about the church and everything that's gone on with that. Talking about her mother and everything.
Yeah.
I certainly don't want to make it a downer right now, but it was a little heavy, especially, she's going through that. We saw the news about, Robert Jr. being arrested and everything like that. And it does really seem like she's going through it. I know her family situation is controversial and unconventional. I'm not even saying it's good, in spite of that, but I still do think, you have to feel for her.
You do, especially knowing her family history. You can understand why she's the way she is, why Robert Jr. is the way he is. I was reading a little bit. I'm not going to go too deep into it, but the history of her church, and apparently, I think it's generational. Her mom grew up with Mary's grandma, who literally had them trek from, I think it was
between two cities in Kansas.
Yeah. Well, no, Missouri. It was from Missouri to Salt Lake City. She planned to have them walk from there. And luckily they got help along the way.
Yeah, Kansas City, Missouri to Junction City, Kansas.
Yeah. So people helped them get train tickets and bus tickets and stuff, but they did have to walk part of the way, and they walked like 50 hours. I don't know how many miles it was, but in January in the cold to start this church for quote unquote mama / Mary's grandma. And I think it's just like generational in the way that people look up to that woman and kind of like let her control their lives because of the way that they saw her as like a
prophet.
Yeah. And I think it's like really, really effed her family up, as in my opinion, religion generally does.
Yeah, it does kind of give like founding of Mormonism in some ways, where it's just like it's this crazy story, kind of so many people involved taking this massive risk, and it pays off.
Yeah.
It's just so wild.
And then at the end of the episode, we see Brittany and Whitney make up, kind of.
As much as we can expect.
With Brittany just rubbing that cactus into oblivion.
That to me was an all-time. Again, it's just like
you love that girl.
Sometimes Brittany really just behaves like she just got here to Earth and is just kind of like wearing human skin and kind of figuring things out
absolutely.
as she goes. And petting a cactus as like a nervous tick in a conversation while she stares fully dead-eyed at Whitney, explaining to her like, you have to choose your daughter.
Nothing. Brittany. Yeah. Okay. I know.
Yeah.
So that was episodes 3 and 4. Can't wait for 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. It's a great show.
Truly.
Up next is our Music Excite Times. We're talking the format. There's so much happening with these dudes. All right. So they just wrapped up a 3-city. Oh, no. They're wrapping up a 3-city tour. They did Arizona, New York City for 2 nights, and they're doing the Hollywood Bowl October 10th.
But wait, how do you know they played a New York City show, Monique?
How do I know? I was there. So, long story short, the New York City show / mini tour was scheduled in 2020. The pandemic hit. They tried to reschedule it a few times, couldn't. And it was like a nightmare to get tickets. But one of my friends did. We were afraid of having to do this again, but luckily they did it in a larger theater. Sold out within seconds, so they did 2 nights. I was able to get tickets for the first night for 3 of us. And the first night was amazing. It was literally just like a sing-along. Everybody in the crowd was singing. I've never heard the audience like know every word to every song as much as I did at that concert. But it's because we were waiting like 20 years to see them, so it makes sense. And plus another, like, let's just add 5 because of COVID. The merch lines were insane the entire time. I didn't even try to go to the bathroom, didn't even try to get merch. They did a really great cover with Ben Queller, their opener. It was a Chris Christopherson cover. Loved it. Loved every second of it. Got home at 3 a.m. Had to take my braids out and wake up at 6 a.m. and it was worth every second of it. My 3 hours of sleep, going to New York.
That was an insane day to watch. I literally was just on the couch, like, oh, go.
I just kept being like, it's worth it. Everything's worth it. But it was worth it. But then I was also like, God, golly, they played a few new songs. So I absolutely know they're going to go on tour and probably play in Philly.
Yep.
But it was so worth that show because they played so many songs that I doubt they'll play on their normal tour. The set list seemed to be different every night. So thank you, the format, for blessing us. So they announced a new album, Boycott Heaven, for a January 23rd release. So I'm sure they'll go on tour with that. They have a lot of merch for sale. They have a new music video for one of the singles, Holy Roller. And they did a performance on Fallon on October 6th. Nate was wearing one of his jerseys from the merch. And it was amazing. They did Holy Roller on Jimmy Fallon. Side note, Haley Williams is also going to be on Fallon on October 8th. So he's just getting all the emo kids for some reason. But Music Excite, the format, you guys are doing big things. I'm so glad to see you reunited and excited to hopefully see you in Philly and not have to take a train to New York and get home at 3 a.m.
Yeah, go figure. You finally get the reunion show, and now there's about to be a regular tour.
I know. I really don't mind it. I don't regret anything about it. So
good.
Highly recommend when they do announce their tour to get tickets because their fans are crazy. Like, No, those merch lines, you didn't see them.
Yeah, all right. Well, we also have music sad times because I'm not sure if you heard it, but Taylor's new album is bad. I'm sorry if you disagree. You're wrong. This is not a Taylor hate podcast, but it is a
Why
Charlie
not?
XCX. I mean, it could be, but it is a Charlie XCX defense podcast.
Yay.
And I think the record is petty. I think the record is cruel to several people. I think the record, I mean, if you've listened to the lyrics of Opalite and understand, the nature of, Travis Kelce's past and just so much about her, I really do think Opalite is a pretty racist dog whistle song, except it's not pretty. Also, not for nothing, but the lyrics are bad. And I don't want to be judgmental of someone's writing, but like, I don't mind dunking on a billionaire who's having a bad day. And I gotta be honest, the lyrics are just abysmal. I feel like she could have hired the boys from Broken Side to write these lyrics, and they still would have been better. She could have hired Family Force 5 and gotten better lyrics, and that says a lot.
No, they're great.
They're not poets.
This is very relevant and a good segue because Jack Antonoff, I think, did help produce this record, and
I don't think he did.
I thought he did.
No, it's just her, Max Martin, and the other guy. No, Jack Antonoff does all her other records.
So that's why it's sad, because Jack Antonoff, also from Fun, which is related to the format, is great.
Relevant.
Okay, but keep going. I haven't listened to the album, so I really have nothing to say about it.
I listened to it on the car ride to a recording session of my own, and it ruined my commute. It was so, I'm sorry. I think it's a bad album. Honestly, it makes me suspect that she may have had a ghostwriter up until this point for her lyrics, who she recently fired. I don't know what's going on, but I think what's most telling is that she, at the rollout of the record, it was quote unquote a genuine, sincere album. And now with all the backlash, she's had to do an interview claiming that it's satire. So which is it?
Wait. I'm just so out of the. I don't care about Taylor Swift, so
I mean, neither do I in particular. Yeah, it's
That's
insane
crazy
to me. If you like it, go to therapy, get some help, because your opinion is bad and you should feel bad.
And listen to Fun.
Yeah, I literally, we'll probably talk about it more next week, but I literally had to listen to the new Starting Line album as a palate cleanser after this one. That's
my AOTY.
A great record, but we'll have to do it another time because I'm sorry, I've got a sort of time. But also, little side story. Cartel's band in a bubble. I recently saw Will Pugh on, I believe it was Joe Eats World. And this is something that's always stuck with me. Is the band in the band in a bubble experiment, which is how we got Cartel's self-titled records. This is after Chroma. I think this came out like 2 years later. And it was 21 days in this bubble, sponsored by Dr. Pepper. Very weird thing, but it was a big publicity stunt. And I remember even as a teenager being like, 21 days ain't enough. Not enough time. Seems off. And Will's talking about this interview, or no, he's not talking about this interview. This podcaster Joe is literally asking him, "Oh, what was it like making a record in 21 days?" And the first thing out of his mouth is, "We didn't make an album in 21 days." And he follows it up with, if you know it, he follows up with like, "Yeah, if you know anything about like songwriting or making music, like you would know that that's a ridiculous timeline. The record was already written. It was partially recorded already. It was the whole thing, but it." And I don't think it's bad. I don't think that's I don't think that's a stain on Cartel. I think that's something that, they had to do and they had to play into that. Otherwise, the whole project was going to be pulled. But, I just think it's one of those things where it's like, why did we maintain that? Teenage me feels vindicated. But also, I actually feel pretty terrible for Cartel about this because, one, just off of the Chroma album alone, I think they're an all-time great band of the scene. That was a fantastic record. I do think self-titled is not my favorite, but I do think it's a good record. And unfortunately, they've made no money from it. They don't get residuals from it. They don't get anything from that record, which I think is crazy. The only money they're going to make is like the album anniversary tour from that record, which I think is insane. That
is music sad times. But they are releasing a new album in 2026.
Good.
So hopefully,
and I'm ready to hear Cartel's version. That's the thing we should take from Taylor is I want to hear Cartel's version.
Thanks, Taylor Swift. We love you.
I thank you for nothing. You bring shame upon my state of Pennsylvania.
Yeah. All right. So
Back to reality TV.
Back to reality
Back
TV.
to the truth.
They would never do what Ben in a Bubble did. Make
Exactly.
things big.
Reality TV would never lie to us or misrepresent the truth.
That was the era of lies, though, like The Hills and all that stuff. All right, so we also caught up on Below Deck Med, which premiered last week. I just want to say Captain Sandy needs to get out of grown folks' business because I think that's always the downfall of her personality for me.
Also, isn't she MAGA or something?
No, I don't know.
Oh, I thought I heard that. Well, maybe it's just the red shirt.
She might be a turf like Martinez.
That might be it.
But yeah, I don't think she's MAGA.
Well, being a turf is still awful.
Yes, exactly.
You heard it here first.
And what she
Being
did
a
to
turf
Hannah
is bad.
What remember Malia and Hannah? Like ever since the Malia and Hannah thing, and the way Captain Sandy handled that, I just have never forgiven her. I thought she was kind of cool last season because she minded her business, but she's back in grown folks' business. The thing she did, she basically broke the light, trying to pretend she was helping the deckhand / Nathan. Is that his name? I forget. Anyway,
Here comes misogynist Monique blaming a woman for a man's
she
mistake.
been doing that. I think she was a little redeemed with the way she handled it by being like, he's only been on this boat for 12 hours and he needs to learn things, blah, blah. But I'm still sus. I will be keeping my eye on you, Captain Sandy.
I appreciate that she's being patient about it. I do think that she just should have left the jet ski situation alone.
Absolutely,
but the deck
'cause she
crew
didn't
is a
help.
mess.
They are.
The deck crew is a disaster.
The fact that Max is the best one.
How is Max your senior guy? It's just so that doesn't get laid as much. Is your best deckhand? You gotta be kidding me.
Yeah.
Like we are setting poor Nathan up for horrible failure.
Yeah.
It's Nathan, right? Isn't
I
it?
don't know.
Nate, Steve, whatever.
Also, remember the preview? He's like trying to put together a baby crib. I found out he's having a baby with Gail, or they had a baby together.
Whoa.
Yeah.
Surprise.
That's why he was doing that. But
Bring the baby on the boat.
Ooh, but he's also not a yachty anymore because he's having a kid.
Oh, so I assume he gets fired.
No, he's having a child. He can't be traveling the world like that.
Yeah, but it doesn't seem like he's going to last the season. I hope he does.
I think he will.
I hope he does, but he's off to a pretty rough start. Not all his fault, allegedly, but I don't know.
So just like I want to count Stacy's lies, I also want to count the things that they're breaking on the Below Deck Med boat because they broke like 3 things already in this one episode. They broke that light because of Captain Sandy.
Yeah, with jet ski.
They broke a drawer in the guest cabin and the reading lights in the guest cabin. So I'm just going to keep an eye on them.
No, exterior crew's actually doing better on breaking stuff than interior. That's good to know.
And there's also I think she's British, but there's like a British type of Solane there who just wants all the attention from anyone she can get. So I'm going to also keep my eye on that because there's going to probably be love triangles.
Could be fun.
Again, another season
Love
of love
webs.
triangles. Love Island Deck Med.
Yeah.
And then we also saw the Real Housewives of Miami reunion. More lies,
did.
more lies. A lot of lies happening on these shows. A lot of manipulation.
Do we believe Julia? Or am I too soon on that?
I think she's lying. I don't think that her and Adriana. So there was going to be a big bombshell on the reunion. It's been talked about for months on every Watch What Happens Live episode any Miami cast members on. And it was that Julia and Adriana slept together at the Hamptons trip in season 4, episode 7. And I can't believe they dropped it in the first episode, first and foremost. But I do think Julia's lying. I think they might have made out, maybe touched each other's boobies, but I doubt they went all the way.
Here's my question: Is Adriana homophobic, or has she shown
No.
any? Then no matter what, I think what Julie does is wrong. I think it's wrong to out someone. I think sometimes it's okay if they're homophobic. Like again, if your Republican senator is on Grindr, let's let the world know.
It made no sense. It's been 5 years. She was obviously saying it to deflect away from her poor treatment of all of her friends, like true friends, Gertie and Adriana.
Yeah. Also, how does that even help? Oh, what do you mean I'm mean to my friends? I banged one.
Exactly. I also just think Gertie and Julia will never make up because they ask a million times, what, Gertie, what can Julia say or do? And she's just we need to talk about this later. She just kept being no, you did this and this and this. Every time they'd be what can she say or do? She's well, you did this, this, and this, and this. And then Andy eventually was this isn't going to get solved here. I also think it just will never get solved. They just Julia. You know how I feel about
Julia
her.
needs
You know how I
to
feel
try
about
and
her.
bang Gertie now too. That's the only way. That's the only way to make up for this.
I can't wait for the part 2. It's gonna premiere tomorrow, and we will be. Well, you probably won't watch, but I'll be watching, and I'll share my thoughts with you. That's all I've got for. Wow, we really didn't go too long.
Yeah, we haven't done too bad so far.
We've just got our special report.
Efficiency.
So some upcoming show premieres and ones that already happened. Wife Swap Real Housewives edition will premiere October 14th. The first episode will feature Angie K. The second will be Dr. Wendy on October 21st. Melissa Gorga will be October 28th. And Emily Simpson will be November 4th. Only 4 episodes, so catch 'em while you can. And then Love is Blind Season 9 US premiered on Netflix October 1st. The first 10 episodes are already out, so catch those. And then for music, we've got Joyce Manor, Military Gun, Teen Mortgage, and Combat. They're kicking off a tour in March 9th in Phoenix, Arizona. And Joyce Manor also has premiered some new music. Well, Whatever It Was also has a video. It's a single. And their new album, I Used to Go to This Bar, will be out January 30th of next year. I also saw that John the Ghost, the lead singer of The Maine, has a new single that dropped the same day as Taylor Swift.
Someone had to release good music.
I was so
day.
happy to listen to that instead of that trash. So it's called A Monday. It's available on all streaming services. There's also a music video, but I honestly cannot really find it.
Also, very very sad BB update post season.
You just needed to add this to the special report.
I've never heard of Depop before, but I tell you what, I feel like this is reality sad times. Is apparently Jimmy, in his unquenchable thirst for fame and money from his Big Brother time, is selling his used underwear, socks, and other clothes on his Depop store. I believe I saw boxer briefs going for $100 a pop. So if you want to spend $100 on some dude's ball sweat soaked boxer briefs, don't, and spend that money at BetterHelp, who is not a sponsor.
Hopefully I can
Maybe someday.
I'm gonna look for this link and make sure that we link that in the description for you all. I know everyone's
Just so you can
begging for it.
get it on your wish list.
Where did you hear about this?
Internet.
Look, I can't find it.
Oh well.
All right. Well, once I find the link, everyone will get it. Everyone. All right. Well, Saddies, that's all we've got for you. Thanks for listening.
If you like what you heard today, go like, share, subscribe at what the hell are we on? TikTok, YouTube, Instagram, all them things at anyone else smell toast? At reality_emos. And we will see you there, or we will see you on another time.
Bye.
Bye.